Bitcoin falls to 19,600, and the U.S. banking sector is in danger of repeating the history of Lehman Brothers. And on this background, the American authorities do not mind to impose new taxes on everyone, from Elon Musk to the average miner. Where will these events lead us? Let's look into it. Let's start with what directly affected the price of Bitcoin, although to a large extent this is even true for the top two cryptocurrency, Ethereum. As you and I have surmised, regulators are not putting cryptocurrencies to rest, and so the New York prosecutor's office is filing a lawsuit against KuCoin, a fairly large crypto exchange, the top 4 on the spot market, according to CoinMarketCap's ranking. The gist of the claim is simple enough. The exchange has been accused of trading unregistered securities without proper approvals. I'm sure that you, like me, think that Gary Gensler and the Securities and Exchange Commission were involved. What else is interesting about this lawsuit? That Ether was compared to Luna and UST in the sense that all of these assets fall under the concept of securities. We remember that Gary Gensler previously referred to all cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin as securities, and after Ethereum switched to proof-of-stake algorithms, there were claims against it too. But before that was lip service, but now we have a precedent where Ethereum was defined as a security as part of the regulator's official position. Of course, such news affected the price of Ether and Bitcoin, and together they led to an even greater decline in the crypto market. Now, this situation should calm down. After all, no one made claims to Vitalik Buterin and other developers of Ether. For now, we are dealing with an unpleasant precedent, which, in case the prosecutors win in court, can be used by the SEC to start aggressive actions to regulate Ether. What else important happened in crypto? Well, there's the announcement from Justin Sun about the merger of the Poloniex and Huobi exchanges into one entity. In fact, this is a merger of the two platforms. After all, they're departments of asset management, marketing, liquidity, customer service, and others. I will now work practically from one office. I will ask you, which of the two exchanges, Poloniex or Huobi, is so bad that it needed a merger? Or Justin Sun urgently sculpts one normal exchange from two problematic ones, and if you have thoughts on this, please share in the comments. I do not see other reasons for such a step, except the need to save at least one of the exchanges from bankruptcy. The Huobi token was falling by 80% in a moment on this news. Apparently traders thought the same, but then it was bought back nicely. Until the situation becomes clearer, it is best to stay away from this coin. It's interesting that Justin Sun still denies buying the Huobi exchange, calling himself its advisor. But the fact that he owns Poloniex, he does not deny it. Also about cryptocurrencies again, recalled Biden. In his plans appeared 30% tax on electricity, which bought the mining of cryptocurrencies. In America, there are several mining companies whose shares are traded on the stock market, as if now they would not have to move to another country. In conclusion, we will analyze the story of the collapse of the shares of Silicon Valley Bank. How did it hit the stock market, and who did Bitcoin hit? Who hasn't liked it yet? Right now. At the time of working on the video, the data on unemployment in the United States came out, and it turned out to be higher than the forecast, which removes some of the fear of the Fed and Bitcoin even make an attempt to return to the level of $20,000. This is good news, which may be the reason for a temporary recovery. What scared the markets yesterday? The shares of Silicon Valley Bank fell by 60%. Just one day after they reported a $1.8 billion loss to stay afloat, the bank is seeking funding of $2 billion. Why did the S&P 500 fall after this news? Because this week has already announced the liquidation of Silvergate Bank. And now, we have a chance for the ball of two American banks at once. Just 1 week. As a result, shares of JP Morgan, Bank of America, and further on this list fell under the sale. And all this against the background of the fact that the stock market was already under pressure from sellers, again and for Biden, who announced plans to raise taxes, both for the rich and for corporations, and there are very decent amounts. So for Elon Musk, the tax will rise to 25%. We are waiting for new Twitter memes from him in this regard. But corporations will now give 28% instead of 21% to the budget, and there are many more similar increases that investors will definitely not like. But the potential bankruptcy of Silicon Valley Bank also gave an additional blow to the cryptocurrency market, because along with the already liquidated Silvergate, It was the second bank in the U.S. to actively cooperate with cryptocurrency companies. Who will go to Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, and others now? To open accounts in dollars is unknown. After the attacks by the regulator on other banks, they are unlikely to want to cooperate. You can support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button right now. Thanks for watching. Your cryptocurrency.